Hello, everyone. I am Chase Cooper,
And I'm Cohen Park.
and welcome to episode 7 of Troupe Talk. Today we have our very special guest, Seth Biggs. Say hello.
Hello, you all.
Y'all. Alright. just, hey, y'all. Seth here.
Not the Chills voice again.
That wasn't the Chills voice. Alright, anyways.
Uh,
Yeah, alright, well, hello. We're literally just gonna jump right into the questions. So, just immediate first question. If you could pick a favorite from any show you've done, which show would you pick?
I definitely. It's very close between Little Mermaid and. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cinderella.
Cinderella?
Gingy is just. Gingy is just ingrained in me. I have to pick him.
Yeah, Gingy was good.
I forgot about Gingy.
Yeah, Gingy's always good.
Between Hey Kids or Hurricanes a Comin'.
That's funny. That's two episodes in a row that we've gotten Cinderella as an answer. Yeah. Gosh, Gingy, dude, I forgot about Gingy. But yeah, Seth, as a thespian senior, are there any moments on stage that you look back and cringe at? I know this is a tough question for you because you don't cringe at a lot of your past, but
Ooh. There's probably. I think. Okay, let's see. Probably some things with Once Upon a Mattress forever ago. During one of the songs, my pants would just not stay up because they were supposed to be on above my hips and not on the waist.
Yeah.
And so they'd go down to my hips during one part of Shy. And so
Yeah, you name a song, neither of us know the show. I'm sorry. I was in Scotland during that show and Cohen was still in middle school, so
yeah, I was
the youngest one here.
It was me and Andy from Walt Morey. There were like 3 or 4 freshmen in that show.
Yeah.
Which is very high now that I think about
Yeah,
it.
we typically don't have a lot of freshmen in our musicals, just because they're the first show of the year. So very few. We actually have very few middle schoolers auditioning for that. So
Yeah, the audition when they're in middle school. So
yeah. Yeah, actually, the only year that we had a lot of people that were younger than our sophomores for our musical was for The Little Mermaid, because we specifically did outreach for, hey, middle schoolers, we want you to be a part of this. So
Yeah. We did all hands on deck for that show.
yeah.
Deck.
Gosh. Yeah, I definitely know the feeling of having having your pants not want to. This isn't a Chef Louis joke. I'm not talking about Chef Louis here. I just know the feeling of having your pants not want to stay up on stage, like your costume pants. They just, for some reason, right at the most inconvenient moment ever, you have to pull that thing up or it's coming down on stage. It's so annoying.
It never got to the point of they're coming down to my ankles. Just
Yeah.
not where they're supposed to be.
Actually, for Chef Louis in particular, I specifically remember because I had to have my my pants untied so that they could be specifically pulled down in that scene. But we didn't want them to come down the wrong time, so every once in a while I would actually have to make sure, okay, we need to pull this back up. So here's a question from Chepe, actually. Do you miss last year's graduating seniors, the class of 2020?
Of course.
All right, now let's be real here,
Coming
Chief.
from a senior, from the class, the question. Yeah, I miss you, Chepe. Please come back. I'm scared. That goes for most of the seniors.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna be a senior next year, and I'm freaking terrified.
Yeah, now that I'm here as a senior, I'm kind of, and maybe it's because everything is so different than I expected it to be, for better or for worse. I'm just kind of sitting here yeah, this is happening now. Sure.
This is fine. This is fine.
Yeah, this is fine.
I didn't even feel like junior year has really ended because
Yeah.
we went into lockdown halfway
Mhm.
through.
Yeah, I mean, obviously in my head, like I've made the terminology switch from junior to senior, and like Cohen's not a sophomore, he's a junior anymore. Like that's all right. I've got that set in my head. Um, it's just weird to think that junior year ended. Like that was a
Yeah.
thing. It happened. So
Yeah, I still have trouble calling people the right grade level. In choir council today, we called Maya sophomore. We called her a freshman.
oh no.
So
Speaking of
Yeah.
Chepe, by the way, just general question, because we have to ask this every episode: cheesy bread or garlic bread?
Chase, you know the answer.
I've
Cheesy
forgotten it. Please enlighten me. Oh, cheesy bread, huh?
bread. Okay.
Dang it, man.
My reasoning is I love cinnamon rolls. They're above
I hate
all the
you.
types
Stop.
of bread. Cinnamon
Stop.
rolls are considered cheesy bread. They're a bread product with a cheese product topping. It's cheesy bread.
Please, I need you to stop.
That's horrifying.
We've
to think
already
about.
gone over this joke. We've already had you over at my house making cinnamon rolls because of this joke.
Twice.
Are we legally
twice.
allowed to say that?
Say what?
Say to men to realize the fact that cinnamon rolls are cheesy bread.
Oh, no. Clearly we're gonna have to cut this out. We're not gonna be able to put this in the episode.
I have some really I actually have one question that I made literally like maybe 2 minutes before you even started this podcast. But
Yeah.
it was 1 second, let me find it. What was your favorite student acting moment that was not on stage?
Can we count on stage in class?
On
it's
stage,
Like a
yeah,
class performance?
like a class performance. That's fine.
Yeah, class
Okay.
performance. Yeah.
Cohen was there.
I know what you're talking
Cohen-
about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Just off that
so-
alone.
Is it Avenue Q? Is it Avenue Q?
Yeah, so
Yes.
for our semester 1 final, me and Cohen did a musical number of If You Were Gay from Avenue Q.
Yes.
I got to
And-
see you guys do that outside of class, and that was just beautiful.
Yeah, it was
10
great. It was probably one of the best moments.
10 out of 10
Yeah.
would see again. So actually, here's a question from Emson. And Emson asked a lot of very, similar yet different questions involving school life for this year. But there was one from him that I felt, kind of encompassed what he would generally want to know, and that's what are some adjustments you had to make in transitioning between last year and this one?
This year's definitely much more of a commitment and in depth than last year, because last year we had pass fail and
Yeah,
not even seeing your teacher talking to them really, other than like emails. They just gave you a list of assignments to do.
yeah, they basically just said do this, and then just do this.
Yeah.
Do this
So-
so we ate.
So this semester, hopefully it's only a semester,
It's probably gonna be more than a semester, but yes.
But this semester I've had to, it feels like it's less because you're meeting with your teachers more, but it feels more because you're spending more time each day doing.
Yeah, like for
stuff.
example, last semester, I was able to work literally any day and it wouldn't be a problem because I'd be able to come home and know that my schoolwork would still be there. And now I have to specifically be like, all right, I have my free periods on this day. This day's the self-guided learning day. When am I able to work? And how am I, how can I respond in anticipation to that? It's a very interesting difference. So
Yeah, I unfortunately keep forgetting what self-guided learning is sometimes. Like, I'll just be like, oh, sick, free period. Xbox turns on. But
Yeah. Oh, I do the. Frankly, I'm gonna be honest. I do the exact same thing. I know a lot of teachers will be like, "Oh, well, self-guided learning time isn't for playing games." All right, but what if I literally have nothing to do? What if I go into Schoology and I literally see nothing in my upcoming? Like, I can if I have the free time to do whatever I want, and like I have nothing else that I like, nothing else better I could be doing, I'm gonna sit down and play some Xenoblade, and you cannot stop me.
yeah.
Yeah. I usually only use Monday. We're supposed to sit down and do our homework when my dad wants me to do things.
Yeah.
Mm.
I use it. I only use it intendedly when people want me to do stuff.
And sometimes I don't understand like our own psychology. Sometimes like we'll just be like, you know what? Today's a day I'm gonna get all my work done. I'm gonna get caught up and I'm gonna feel good. Your mom like walks in like 15 minutes into it. Hey, you're doing your work good, and then it's like, well, now I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know that feeling. Typically, there are two kinds of those days for me. There are the days where I am about to I'm about to fail a class, and my parents either just found out or don't know yet, and I'm like, this needs to be done now because, oh dear, help.
Yeah.
And then there's the other kind of day where it's just like, I just feel like doing my work today. I'm bored. I feel like doing it. And frankly, I'm proud of myself because I've had more of those latter days this year so far, which is cool. So
Yeah.
like I'll just, in fact, you know what, sometimes I'll just be sitting in class, and the teacher will assign something on Schoology, and I'll literally go into Schoology and just be like, all right, well, that's done. I did it. I'm done.
Right now, my easiest class is probably marine science. That's pretty easy, and I enjoy it because like just it's a video that has moments in between that just kind of like it's not easy, but it's not difficult either.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like you have to actively pay attention, but you get the work done anyway. And I feel like I'm actually getting stuff done that's rewarding.
Oh, marine
'cause
science.
I'm
Is
done.
that what teacher do you have for that?
I believe his name is Clark.
Yes, Clark.
Clark.
I know exactly what you're talking about with the videos then, because he assigned those to us last year. Yeah, no, the videos where there's like little like it'll stop you and it'll ask you a question
Yeah.
about what you just watched, and then you
Yeah.
actually have the opportunity to go back and watch it again if you feel like you missed it.
Yeah, that's I feel like all teachers should be having that.
Yeah.
That's so good.
It's
such a good.
it's a really good
to me.
system. I also personally appreciated it because there was especially like he changed this later on so that you couldn't do this, and I was a little frustrated by that. But earlier on, Clark let you skip to different points in the video, so you could skip to where the question was and then rewind 10 seconds to find out like what the answer was. And so you
So
could
weird,
just
Jesus.
fly through the video.
Yeah, I'd gladly like just have like a 10-minute like quick Zoom call to like review what we're talking about. Then just have like three videos, maybe like a couple questions each, and be done with that class. I'd rather have it be like that for every class than have it be just a 15-minute Zoom call of teachers forgetting that they're talking for too long.
Yeah, definitely the one thing I am personally frustrated with this year is kind of like the exact opposite problem that I had from last semester. Was last semester is like, oh well, I have like way too much free time, and I'm gonna have zero motivation to ever do the work. This year it's like I have the motivation to do the work, but it would be real nice if that motivation didn't mean I have to do the work on my own time. Like
Yeah.
like a lot of teachers are, just doing a lecture for an hour and then posting the resources on Schoology and saying do it on your own time. And I'm like, well, what was the point of coming to class then? Like yeah, and that's just been happening with so many. There are a couple teachers that have been really good about the allotted time schedule and giving you time to work. I like I commend Miss Steenson. I actually really appreciate Mr. Hopper, who is my homeroom teacher, who will basically just be like, "Hey, I literally have nothing else to talk about. Um, I have no announcements for you. I have no, and like, there's no assignments for this class because it's homeroom. It may be 9:15, but you know what? You guys are free to go. I'm not here to waste your time." And I'm like, "Thanks. I really appreciate that." So
I need to get my stuff done for scene study. I guess at the end of the semester, but still, like, I need to get that done.
yeah.
My homeroom teacher actually switched because he was a special ed teacher and they wanted him teaching the special ed homeroom. And so I got switched out. But I loved my original teacher because he just show us the PowerPoints and then be like, "All right, bye."
Yeah.
It was amazing, especially on Mondays and I guess every day since I have zero period right before it, and then I can just go take a nap for 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take a quick moment here to hey you listening to this podcast right now. Hey, how's it going? You having a good day? Listen, if you're not already, would you mind going down to that little red button, on the Reynolds HS Theater channel, and just tickle that little red button until it turns gray. And so yeah, that way you'll be notified every time we have a new episode of this coming out, which is every 2 weeks.
You have to hit the bell icon.
If you actually, sometimes YouTube is just like, oh, you have your personalized notifications, and typically it's pretty good about that if you're watching regularly. But if you're not watching regularly, it might be a good idea to hit that little bell icon. And yeah, we do this every 2 weeks. I believe the new upload schedule is 3:00 on Mondays. For those of you who caught this live, my apologies. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys then. And of course, as always, for next people, or like for our next guest, feel free to leave questions down in the comments below. And feel free to ask any questions for Seth in particular. I'm sure he would appreciate it. And with that, next question. Speaking of this year, as I asked Abby and Lexi the other week, actually, what are some things you're looking forward to for this school year, whether that's actually school related or not?
Ooh, things I'm looking forward to. I'm not too sure if I'm going by if we're staying online.
But, that's fair.
You know what? I'm gonna say the choir retreat because we're choir starting to plan that, and it's looking like it's gonna be fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
And
the chamber orchestra went on a retreat a couple of years ago, and that was really fun. So
yeah, we were gonna have a retreat, but school got canceled a week before.
Ooh, no. That was back in March, right?
It was the Thursday, because we had that little 2 days right before spring break.
Yeah.
It was the Thursday after, and then that week got canceled, and then just
Yeah, that sounds really fun though, Seth. I was actually gonna say if you're unsure about answering just in general for this year, the safe bet could always be graduation.
Yeah.
Graduation.
I'm looking forward to getting out of here.
You have to deal with this place for a year longer.
Yeah.
Seth, what kinds of hobbies do you have? What keeps you going when the going gets rough?
I'm gonna say video games. Basic answer.
All right. I mean, that's a basic enough answer. I'd answer the same way.
Wrecking
so what's your
12-year-olds in Call of Duty.
Yeah. So what video game would you say is your favorite?
Ooh, let's see. opening up Steam.
Oh, wow.
Just,
Reads off his library.
Just-
Alphabetical order, of course. Then by hours played.
just says every single thing from his library. It's just like, yeah, that's my favorite game. It's like
My favorite game is the
Among
internet.
Us, Valhalla.
I'm gonna go with, Lego DC Supervillains.
Of course, it's a Lego game, Seth.
Nice,
Of
nice.
course.
If
I'm
y'all
like-
don't know, Seth has just an ever-growing Lego game collection. It's almost concerning just how many Lego games he has.
It's only 12.
It's
13,
only 12.
14.
14.
14.
Wow.
15 if you count the game that I have twice.
And this is why we're concerned for Seth.
I have Lego Batman 3 twice on PC.
Yeah, I have all 3 Lego Batman games through the Epic Game Store because it was free for a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
My biggest sin is I've never played a Lego game.
there are so many things I need to show you, Cohen. It's
No, I did
We're
have one, but it was for the
kidnapping Cohen.
DS. I had it for the DS and I hated it. Like I just didn't like it when I was a kid. I had like what? I think
okay.
it was
So
like a
let's see.
Batman
Let's go
game,
down the
and I
list.
hated
We're gonna have you watch Xenoblade. We're gonna have you watch or actually you're gonna play Xenoblade. We're gonna have you watch Oron High School Host Club, and now we're gonna have you play a Lego game. It's probably gonna be Lego Indiana Jones, honestly.
Oh, great.
I think Lego Indiana Jones would be a good one for you.
Do you think if Lucasfilms or I guess Disney, I think, or whatever, who owns Indiana Jones, if they make a new Indiana Jones movie, that Lego's gonna make a new game, like the
That I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird to think about because it's been so many years since Lego Indiana Jones 2 that it's like, wow, if they did release another Indiana Jones movie, I guess they would, huh? You know, and as a final question from me, Cohen might have a couple more. But as a final question from me, what is your what's your favorite song just from the realm of musical theater?
Ooh, for musical, I'm gonna go with King of Broadway from the Producers.
I don't think I've heard that one.
Neither have I.
I feel like once this once this what would you call this year season? Once this season of Troupe Talk ends, I should go back through all the episodes and just try to compile a list of all the songs that I don't recognize that are people's favorites, and just listen to them all. Because
Make a playlist.
yeah, no, like make a playlist and just make a day out of listening to them all because it's so fascinating to hear about like shows and stuff, either shows that I've never heard of or shows that I haven't seen, and just hearing, oh well, my favorite song is this from this, and I'm like, I've never heard of that. I'll be sure to try that out actually. So what about it makes you like it, Seth?
Just the rhythm and
Is the more upbeat songs?
Yeah, it has it slows down during parts. I'm not gonna sing it. I was thinking of it and I'm like, nah, I'm a little sick. I don't feel like it. I haven't heard it in a couple months.
You just hear
But-
Seth just go, hit it, boys, and you hear a whole
Yes, boys, starts
Starts
just singing the song.
Yeah, and then also the choreography because they have somebody playing the violin on stage. They might not actually be playing it, but there's a violin person on stage.
Interesting. Neat. All right, Cohen, do you have any other questions before we wrap up?
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest struggle, and what would you say is the biggest advantage of being at home?
Biggest advantage, you can be noisy and lazy and just a slob, and nobody will notice.
You could just
Dude,
you
I have
could
a
just
shovel.
lay back in your chair. It's not necessarily that nobody will notice. It's just that nobody will care.
Yeah, my
You
dresser
can-
is just covered in like bottles and cans and whatever, and I
You can
just
just
haven't had the
let
drive to
out
clean
the
it up.
nastiest burp and nobody will notice.
Dude, the mute button on Zoom is a lifesaver.
It is such a luxury.
Yeah.
It's just so nice, just because I can like I'll be in the middle of like a call or something, and then like my mom will ask me to do something, and I'll just and then I'll already be muted because half the time I'm muted anyway. And I'll just I'll like she'll ask the question, I'll answer her, and then like I'll just get back to watching the class, and it's like nothing happened. I'm just here. So
Computer.
yeah, I can. There are very few moments when I'm like sitting at home on my computer or something where I will not be listening to music, because it's just so uncomfortable just to not
Yeah.
have anything in the background. So
Yeah, I'm upstairs. My house has 2 levels, and I'm upstairs, and I always have my mom turn the TV on downstairs because I need background noise. The thing is, I can't even hear the TV. It feels reassuring knowing that there's some other noise going through the house.
mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. Is that everything?
I mean, you guys got any other? Actually, I have another question. This is just based off your opinion, but what was it like working with me and Chase, and just overall the experience in a theater?
The experience is exquisite.
Exquisite.
Mwah. My compliments to the chef.
Louis?
Yeah, you guys are just fun, and everybody in theater and doing musicals. The environment is just so lively and encouraging to continue this.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much everything we have for today. This will be an interesting one to edit because I feel like I slipped up so many times. But it's all fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just being meta.
Yeah. And with that, we're gonna wrap things up. So yeah, with that, I have been Chase.
And I have been Cohen.
Everybody, thank our good pal Seth for being on the show today. And yeah, this has been Troupe Talk. Thank you for listening. I'll see y'all in a couple of weeks.